Hello, welcome. This is Birdy. Welcome to a new lesson in Houdini. Today we'll start a new series, Advanced RBD Constraint for Building Destruction in Houdini. Today we will make the fracture for the different material like concrete and wood and glass, and we will use for this RBD material fracture. So let's get started. So let's start, guys. First, I will save the file here in a project I already did. Okay, so you can save it whatever the name that you want. Then I will start the project. We'll have file here. First, let's name this. Let's name this building. Let's get inside. Let's import the file. You will find it a link to download it below the video in Google Drive. Okay, so usually advice when you start a project, when you make a test, always try to make the test in not very complicated object. Okay, meaning I want to make a building with many floors. Let's start just with 1 or 2 floors, so it will be light. The file will be light for any modifications. Okay, so because if it's a heavy file with lots of details, after you make the fracture it will be difficult to make any change, especially in the constraint and the geometry itself. It will take lots and lots of time, and it will crash faster if it's crash. Okay, and it always crash. So that's it. It's advice. Okay, we have the file here. Let's check it. Let's see what we have here. We have points primitive, no packed. We have the normal and UV, very good. We have the beams, columns. This is the groups. These are the groups that separate the different parts. As we can see here, this is a group. This is a different group of the object. In this project, I will just separate the windows and the frame and the concrete, and maybe this one also. I'm not sure, but let's see. Okay. Okay, so this is the file. So first of all, first thing, let's clean it. I simply will clean it by delete attribute. I will delete everything. Maybe I will leave the normal and the UV, because maybe we can use them later. Okay, this is the normal and this is the UV. Okay, this is the first step. Second step, let's divide it, because sometimes when we have an object, sometimes it crash in the fracture, in the RBD fracture material. Okay, so it's much better to divide it first. In this case, it's not going to crash or has weird geometry. Okay, so this is the second step. Third, let's split it. Let's separate the windows, then the frame, the wood, then the concrete. Okay, so we can do this in many ways, by split or by blast. I will use blast simply. The group, I need the Windows glass. Delete non-select. So as we can see now, we have the glass here. Let's name this glass, and let's also tab, drag, and here let's have the frame, and also here let's have the everything else. By we will select these two. Just let me save it first, then delete non-select. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. So here we have. I think I will leave the building as it is. I'm not going to change it. Okay, I will leave it as it is for now. Okay, you have all the. Feel free to separate it as well and make constraint if you want between the columns, the slabs, the wall, and all this stuff. Okay, but for me, I think it's better to leave it as it is. Okay. So first of all, we have glass here. Let's give it its material. But first, also when we have many things like this, it's better to separate one. Okay, it's better to separate only one like this, and I will do just blast. Delete and next. So we have this one. We can fracture it. RBD material fracture. Then we can apply it to the rest. We will delete this blast and we will apply it to the rest. As we can see here, it's concrete. I will use glass, and maybe I can have scatter 2. This is the cracks. Of course, I explain all this in the class tutorial. Please feel free to watch it. I think it's in Arabic, so but we have a playlist for RBD. You will find it. I think I attached a tutorial from different sources. One of it was Bubble Beans channel in YouTube. Okay, so anyway, so maybe I will. I don't like this one, so maybe we'll change it something like this more. This looks much better. You can play a little with all this stuff. Feel free to play with all of it. Okay, so now we have this glass. Now what we need to do, first of all, let's go to the constraint. I want it to the constraint is very weak. We have the radial strength. Let's connect between this radial and contracted strength. Connect the other port. Okay, I will leave it in 1 because I want the glass to be very weak. Okay, so now I don't need this one. I will simply just delete it. Second of all, I need to make a fracture per piece. So do this in every glass we have. As we can see, it's very fast. And the result looks nice. Not all of it, to be honest, but anyway, it looks good. If we want, we can increase the points more, but I think it looks fine. No need to do none of that. Okay. Last but not least, let's name it glass. So we have a group or the name we'll call glass. Okay. Second, we have the frame as we did before. We'll simply just select one, hit blast, delete non-select, RBD material fracture. This will be for the wood. Okay, I will choose the wood. And maybe we can use the RBD explode view to see what we have so far. We have all these parts, but maybe we can play with it a little more. Let's see the grain first. This is the grain. Grain spacing, maybe I can make it a little, yeah, okay, this looks this looks good. I think this is the details. We can increase it or decrease it as we want by this. I will leave it in the default. Looks good. This is the cut. We can check the cut here, as we can see. So we'll cut it from here and from here and from here. I think it looks good. No need to do much about it. Maybe if you want to increase or decrease the detail, here it's up to you. I think it's splitter. I think it's elements. Not sure which one. This is the cut. This is the split. Maybe no. This one. I think this one. No. Yeah. The splitter density. It increase or decrease the details here, but I will leave it as it is in the as the default. Okay. So no need to see anything. I will simply make the green maybe 5 and the green cut maybe 10 as well, maybe something like this. Okay, I don't need this one, and let's hit this for now. Let's delete this one. Now it apply in all the objects that we have. Okay, so I will simply just go to cluster and use the and decrease the size a little, so we'll have many parts like this. Okay, much better to have just one or two pieces, and also this will make random for it. We can use this one or not, doesn't matter, but I will leave it as it is for now. Okay, so we'll simply again do fracture per piece and simply add this one and call this wood, and simply delete this one. Okay, so when we have a fracture per piece, it wouldn't take much time to render or to cache. As we can see here, the file really looks good, as we can see. Okay. So the wood is finished as well. So just let me save it first. Now let's work on the building. As we can see here, we have many groups that we don't need it. Okay, I can keep it or simply delete them. So maybe I will simply go to group delete, because I'm not going to use it, so it's better just to delete everything. This is first. We don't have any group anymore. Now just let's have only one group. Let's name it building. I'm sorry, let's make a group, and let's name this group building. So the group building contain everything here it contain in the group building. Actually, I'm not going to delete this one. I will keep it just to tell you why I did this. Okay, so let's continue. I don't know what, I'll simply delete it. Okay, now let's check this one, and let's make RBD fracture material. It will take time. and it's concrete. Let's do the fracture per piece also. Let's name it to another name for the name attribute. I'll check this one. I will call it maybe build. Okay, so as we can see here, we have the building. Of course, it doesn't have much points. Okay, we can increase this number. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's just check the constraint. This one, this 10 maybe. Okay, yeah. So I will come to this later. But now let's check what we have so far. RBD explode view. As we can see here, this is the building after its fracture. Okay, I want to fracture it much more than this. So there are two ways. First, to increase this number, and it will increase the fracture that we have. Second, maybe I make a box. It depends really on how you want to increase the fracture, but there are simple way. Just simply go here, make this here, this is here, this is here, this is also like this, space 3, doing something like this, space 1. Okay, that now we have a building, a box. Let's convert it VDB from polygon, make it a density. Looks fine. Let's scatter now. Let's scatter some points. And also check the input, and now we will connect it with the new point source. This will be the source we connected here, the last one. Okay, as now as we can see here, we have the concrete. Looks really good. You can see from here as well. Looks really nice. Okay, of course we have lots and lots of points, but it's okay. We can decrease it, increase it. It's really up to you. Maybe I can, maybe I'll decrease it a little. I'll make it 800, or you know what, I will leave it as it is, no problem, to make the connection. Okay, so I think this one looks good. Decrease it to 800. So maybe if I hit L, yeah, okay, looks good. So now let's unpack everyone from this. This is a class, so RBD pack. I'm sorry, pack, not unpack. So we have it here, and also here RBD pack for the wood, and here also let's use RBD pack, or simply just select the three of them. No, it wouldn't work. Everyone must be by its own. But here, okay, I'm not going to change it now. So let's simply hit RBD, hit merge, sorry. Yeah, now we have the 3 amigos. Now let's do the RBD unpack. Perfect. Now we have the RBD unpack. Next, let's make the RBD configure. RBD configure. Okay, we want to make the lower part from the building is not moving or crashing. How can we do this? Very easy. There are many ways actually. One of it by the active, by the boundary box. If I choose boundary box here, we can simply make this like this, this like this, make this like this, and use the boundary and use the active. As we can see, the lower part is active. We want the opposite, so I will make this 0, so it will reverse it. So now, as we can see, the lower part not going to break, but the upper part will break, will be active. Okay, so yeah, I think this will be for this lesson. In the next lesson we will continue and we will make the constraint. See you. And that was it for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any question, please type it below in the video. Also, don't forget to like our video and subscribe to the channel, and join our Facebook group and share with us your work, and you will find a link for the group below the video. Also, if you like to support us, you will find below the video link for Patreon and Gumroad, and we appreciate your support. And I see you in the next lesson. Have a good day.